will be shorter, the setting becomes wider, and he is progressive. And when he goes to Medina, he begins to address the Ahlul Kitab as well, the Jews and the Christians. And in the end, he becomes the prophet of the whole world. So it is just a psychological development that we observe. This is the game. But from the criterion which I put forward, this is not a proof of his falsehood. This is the strongest proof of his truth. Because if you study human nature more minutely and stupidity, you will find that their inference is totally wrong. If a claimant makes his false claim and then is well received and becomes popular, it is quite natural for him to step forward in the same direction and widen the claim. And if that claim is also accepted with pleasure and open arms, then naturally he should think, why not a few steps further? But if after making the first small claim, he is beaten thoroughly in fashion and treated so ill that a man of smaller stature may have committed suicide in such situations. Then psychology demands that if it is a false man, he should not go ahead and make a more offending claim to the rest of the world and broaden the circle of his own enemies by widening his claim. So here, this is the situation. In the case of a true prophet, this always is the situation. And in case of Muhammad Mustafa, this situation is highly pronounced. That what Maximus did to him did not frustrate him. It should have frustrated. But he widened his claim, and what now the first, the four family members, you know what happened when he called them to a feast and told them what his claim was and why he had called them, because Allah told him until so they all got up and became very furious, and Abu Lahab insulted him in very strong terms. He said, what is this nonsense? So they ate his food and ran away calling him bad names. After that, they addressed Mecca and then Wala and then to go to Medina, and instead of making them friends, to turn them into enemies as well. And then, as if it was not enough, to make the whole world his enemies. This is not possible if the claimant was a false claimant. So, in case of Hanafiya, this is exactly the situation. Hazrat Masih Maud never made a popular claim throughout his life. Never made a compromise. For instance, each claim he made was bitter and it widened the sphere of his enemies. There is not a single claim which one defends. For instance, he first claimed to be a Mahmoud for the Muslims, a Mahdi. And you know how bitterly they opposed him. Then he, instead of eating his words, retrieving what he had said, he went forward and said, all right, if the Muslims were not enough enemies, why not turn the great British Empire into an enemy? And claim that the only son of your God is dead, and I am Messiah. That was the bitterest claim that one could ever think of in the great British Empire, which went for converting India en masse. That was their policy. They were spending billions of rupees at that time to win over India. So that was a claim. And now two enemies have been made. Then he considers, all right, what about sex? They are majority around Karnam and so on. So why not turn them into enemies? So he claimed that you have no religion at all. All you have is Islam. And the founder, which you call a guru or the founder of the new religion, was just a convert from Khatri to Muslim. That influences very much. And there was a strongest community around Parliament. The largest single religion in India, which was the most powerful in there, was Hinduism. So he was not fully satisfied with that. He said, all right, let's turn them into enemies. The world is not, this is not enough for me. So he made twofold claims to antagonize both the important sects of Hindus. Number one, Arya Samajas. They were most volatile and militant Hindus. In Punjab particularly, they were the strongest militants of any religious followers. And he claimed that you say that God is one and this is Hinduism. Allah, Arians are those who claim who believe in the unity of God and claim that this was Hinduism. So he proved them to be false. He said you are seems you have taken the concept of unity of God from the Holy Quran, while the Vedas are full of faith and idolatry and all these things. And you say that Hinduism believes in monotheism, this is totally wrong. And he challenged Mehta, who was one of the leaders of Arya Samaja. And he was murdered as prophecy back then. So that was his claim, not to be ignored, a strong fighter from among the people, but to further recognize. As far as other Hindus were concerned, he went on to them like anything. He said, look at you believe you attack Islam for committing 4 wives. Why do you permit 11 husbands to a wife? By preaching yoga, this and that. And his attack on Hinduism on all aspects, the concept of coexistence of God and creation and all that, is so strong that those who read his first book, Brahmanian, notice from there that there was a radical start. We were going to defend Islam in all directions. But later on, when he made the claims, then he went into open debates with strong Hindu leaders on these issues. And many books are written on this issue, so the whole of India was inflamed against him. Not at the time of Brahmanian India. Not a single voice was raised against him at that time. But when he started making claims, then there was not a single denomination or human being you can conceive whom he had not turned against him. Through a progressive chain of claims which went in the direction of creating hostility, not winning friends. This is the important feature, as I have explained in the first instance. In the case of Baha'ism, if that is the direction, then one should suspect that they are also right. But this is absolutely a different thing what is going with them. First, they claim that the Baha'u'llah made that time the door through which the new reformer would appear. I just announced the coming of the new reformer. Then he started the claim that I am the God manifest, making this claim. Then when he was old, he took back that claim at different places and said, oh, this was not my claim. My claim is that. Then Baha'is claimed that they were part of Islam for a while. When they were treated ill at the hands of the then-known Iran and Esther, then they openly claimed that they were Messiah not for the Muslims, but the Messiah of Christians outside Islam, and they had come to amend Islam. And later on, the concept of Messiahhood was a compromise between